So I have a story for you tonight, and it's called They Come Out of the Ground. But it's not monster hunting, so this is kind of like just a regular add-in in there. But here we go. The story starts. Come on, Zachary, we're going to be late. Melissa said that should be available to show the house for 2 hours. It's starting at 3 p.m. Come on already, Cheryl says. Go on without me. I'm pretty busy, Zachary says. We both agreed to putting some time aside for each other. I hope we're not having this discussion again, Cheryl states. Are you going to force me to go or what? Zachary yells. What is so important that you're refusing to go with me? Cheryl asks. I'm streaming live on WeTube. In a few hours right now, I'm preparing for the project, Zachary explains. Right, and you still cannot find the time to go out of the house hunting. To go house hunting with me. Excuse that mistake. And I will go alone then. If that's the case, fine. Bye. And with that, Cheryl bolted out of the door and got into her car. She rushes away from the house, leaving Bridge Street onto Main Street. She is tired of this old neighborhood. It's dilapidated, it's a bit decrepit, it's just garbage. She has great childhood memories here, but now she wants to leave. All her friends moved away to clean suburban areas. More and more junkies are accumulating in the neighborhood. Much more violence is brewing and the neighborhood is falling apart. There are many, many abandoned buildings. Too many. And junkies live in there sometimes. One time there was a illegal business deal that happened in one of the buildings, and a couple of people, they were gunmen, they just got shot and killed. And that was that. The police were there for a couple of days, gathering much, much evidence. Cheryl drives over the speed limit on the expressway. There aren't that many cars in Cheryl's way. She speeds when she's angry. As she approaches the exit, the cyclists are racing. Hurry up, you guys are in the way, Cheryl states in a frustrated tone. She always has the worst road rage. Oh, shut up, an old man walking on the sidewalk says. I wasn't speaking to you, you old fart, Cheryl shouts back. Young lady, if you were my daughter, I'd slap you silly, you lousy bitch, he screams back. Oh, whatever. I need to hurry up and make it to this appointment on time, Cheryl says to herself. The time says 2:30 p.m. Cheryl starts speeding. She ran through two stop signs. A police car is right behind her, so Cheryl decides to pick up the pace. Ironically, a trash truck crashes into the right side of the police car. Holy shit, Cheryl says, and she is not stopping. I hope those guys, well, they're probably goners anyway. Well, isn't Cheryl an evil woman? Cheryl makes it on time with 5 minutes to spare. She runs up the stairs to knock on the door. She sees Melissa coming to the entrance. Well, I'm so glad that you can make it today, Melissa smiles. The outside of the house is huge. Melissa shows Cheryl the backyard first. There's a small pond, a brown bench, and a garden on both sides of the yard. Cheryl smiles at the sight of the yard and begins imagining two future children, possibly a boy and a girl, running around, laughing, and enjoying life. Cheryl sees many great future holidays with her future husband and children. And of course, the children graduating high school and then attending a prestigious university. They would have a great career and give Cheryl grandchildren. At least that's what she hopes. Dating a person like Zachary, well, you can never know about tomorrow. Melissa takes Cheryl into the house. A beautiful chandelier hangs from the dining room ceiling. A reddish-brown dining room table with 4 chairs has a white tablecloth laying on it. The walls have a cream color. There is soft, light brown carpet laying on the floor. There is a kitchen bar with a light brown marble countertop. There are wooden stools. It is a big kitchen and has an automatic dishwasher. The bathroom is bluish. It's like a grayish navy bluish, but it's like on the paler side of the navy bluish. So it's not like a really dark navy bluish, but it's something like that. The living room has 2 recliners, a couch, a wooden coffee table, and a tall lamp. The upstairs bathroom is also blue. There are 3 bedrooms. There is a master bedroom and 2 smaller bedrooms filled with beds and dressers. The house is definitely well furnished, and Cheryl is in love with the home. She has been house hunting for several months, and she would love to purchase this one right away. I will take it, Cheryl says excitedly. Excellent. I will prepare the paperwork, Melissa says. Several hours later. Hey, Zach? Jesus Christ, pick up the phone already, Cheryl shouts. Several minutes pass. What now? Zachary asks furiously. I just bought the house. And what the hell are you so frustrated about? Cheryl asks. Everything. Stop calling so freaking much. I'm busy. You and Mason are annoying. Zachary yells. Well, sir, dumbass, guess what? We are over, and I've had enough of your crap. I hope that your best friend Mason drops you also, I yell back and hang up the phone. Cheryl's going to go to the bar. She regrets that she ever let Zachary into her life. Yes, Mason says, answering Cheryl's call. Can you meet me at our favorite bar? Cheryl asks. Sure, is Mason's reply. Cheryl parks her car into a parking lot across the street. Her phone is ringing and she sees Zachary's number. She ignores the call and heads to the bar. Hi, Joseph, she says. What's up, Cheryl? Joseph asks. Mason will be here soon. We'll be hanging out here until it closes. Just an FYI. Cheryl explains. What about Zach? Joseph asks. What about that son of a bitch? Cheryl returns. Never mind, I guess. That relationship is over, huh? Joseph asks. Oh, you're just psychic, right? You just have an idea. Well, it's in your face. You look like you're pissed off at the guy. When are you not pissed off at that guy? Well, yeah, guess what? It's completely done and over with. Cheryl admits. Hi there, Mason says behind Cheryl. Well, I'm glad that you're here, Cheryl tells Mason. Let's go over to a table, he says. Inside the bar, it isn't as loud as it usually would be at this bar, but that is a typical of Thursday nights. On the small flat screen TV, a football game is playing. A few guys are drinking alone. One is crying his eyes out. Joseph plants a hand on a man's shoulder. Mason and Cheryl sit at the farthest end of the bar as possible. You don't seem too happy, so this has to be something serious. I'm assuming Zachary gave you some troubles, considering I've had the same problem with him lately. I'm considering cutting him out of my life. You know, he's supposed to help me with something the other day, and you know what? He's really never has been that good of a friend. He's a sack of junk. This has been going on for too long, and enough is enough, Mason says. Yep. All that and then some, Cheryl says. Should we make him jealous? You know, we could get together and, date. I've always had a thing for you, and I never thought that Zach could be a good fit for you anyway. You've had bad taste in men lately, Mason says. Well, I did feel sorry for the poor bastard. I met him here, and he was crying about someone dumping him and not supporting his endeavors. I see why now. He's only fixated on views doing WeTube. Okay? WeTube is such a dumb site anyway. It's like a cheap knockoff of YouTube anyhow. All those streamers do is drama, drama, drama. Very few people with channels have anything that's educational to showcase to the world. It is a site where idiots get to whine about someone else. What does Zach do half the time? He whines about people getting more views than himself. Other times it is about people speaking trash about his channel. That's how he makes his money, Shirley explains. Are you dumping him? Mason could not wait to ask. Sure. That's exactly why I'm here, so I could talk to you about getting rid of that guy. Wait, you mean killing him, right? Nope. No, we're just going to disappear. So he called and I ignored his call. Now I have a text demanding that demanding me to go help him with the grocery shop. I will ignore that also, Cheryl says. Mason sits next to Cheryl. He begins to stroke her chest and lower regions. She wraps her arms around him and they kiss each other. Joseph comes over rolling out his notepad. Okay, apparently my writing is crappy. Oops. If you're going to screw each other, do it somewhere else. So what are you guys eating anyway? Joseph says and asks. A double cheeseburger and fries for me, and I know that she usually gets spaghetti, Mason says. Wow. Zach would never care to remember something like that, even though it's a small thing. I like to appreciate the small things, which is another thing that Zach sucks at doing, Cheryl says. Maybe we should stop talking about Mr. Dumbass Zach, Mason suggests. Agreed, and I'm sorry. This is supposed to be our time, Cheryl claims. What are we doing afterwards, Mason asks. Well, you can sleep with me in my new house, Cheryl offers. You have a new house already? I can't wait to see it, Mason says excitedly. I can't wait to strip you naked, Mason, Cheryl admits. Mason smiles and looks at his plate. He eats his burger, takes a deep breath, and he feels Cheryl reaching for his you-know-what region. He wants her so much, and she wants him just as much. I see that. You better stay clothed in here, and I caught 2 gay guys touching each other when I left the bathroom a few weeks ago. I'm not having another one of those scenarios, Joseph pushes. Exactly 2 hours later, Mason is carrying Cheryl up the front stairs while kissing her. They make it to the house and head upstairs to the master bedroom. He plants her firmly onto the bed and they begin to aggressively strip each other. The room is filled with intense breathing and the sounds of clothing being tossed to the side. Mason kisses her from head to toe. They tickle each other for a while, laughing and rolling all over the place. Jeez, I had to knock that phone out the way. Sorry. Well, guess what? This is unedited. Talk about unedited. Unedited. He kissed her from head to toe, and they tickle each other for a while, laughing and rolling all over the place before they return to the sexual intimacy. In Cheryl's mind, this is far better than anything that Zachary has ever done for her. It is the next day, and the clock reads 7 a.m. Cheryl strokes Mason's ear, face, and hair. She decides to get up out of the bed. Her intentions consist of 4 omelets, bacon, toast, orange, and apple juice. She remembers from a while ago that Mason loves extra bacon with 3 omelets and a glass of apple juice. Her phone is vibrating. Zachary sent Cheryl 12 texts since the last one was ignored. They read like this: Cheryl, answer me. Where are you? Does this mean that you left me? This is not funny. I told you that I hate pranks. Cheryl, you better not be with anyone else either. You're supposed to focus on me, Cheryl. Fine, we will go to another stupid date, but we did that 2 weeks ago. Come on, Cheryl. I've tried calling Mason to see if he knows where to find you. He's not answering either. Are you with your parents? Answer me. Fuck. Cheryl could not help but laugh. 12 messages of Zachary looking pathetic is making her want to send a text explaining all yesterday. Meet Mason and I at 1468 North Dillard Street, Cheryl texts. What are you doing up there? Zachary asks. Earth to stupid. We plan to buy this house, you idiot. Cheryl billows into the phone. Whatever. Why is Mason with you? This is Zachary's last text. Cheryl heads downstairs to make breakfast. She grabs 8 eggs, 4 slices of bread, and some bacon. She turns on pop radio, and the station calls for a Katy Perry marathon. Cheryl is daydreaming about a marriage to Mason. She even wants children with him. She kicks herself to not think about that because getting with Mason is like meeting him for the first time all over again. She wants things to be super slow. Mason is walking into the kitchen. He pulls out a chair and takes in the aroma of the kitchen. Good morning, Cheryl, Mason says. Hey, did you take time to look at the house? Cheryl asks. Nope. I'm starving though. I see and smell my favorite things being made, he says. I'm just like you. I noticed your likes and dislikes. By the way, Zachary is coming over so I can show him how finished I am with them. Cheryl giggles and she gives him a heads up. Good, is his reply. Cheryl goes upstairs to take a shower. The front door is being Sorry, I got distracted. Front door is being shot at, and Cheryl runs downstairs to see if Mason is okay. Sherry shoots Mason in the chest with a shotgun. Zachary begins to yell at Mason while he is suffering. How dare you think that you could just take my woman and think that I would do nothing about it? It is bad enough that I get embarrassed on WeTube. Enough is enough, Cheryl. And Zach shouts it out loud. Cheryl dials 911 only to receive a message saying that the number is no longer in service. She's bewildered by that message and makes a decision to bolt out the door. To her dismay, she is caught in the middle of a gore fest. There are what looks like humanoid monsters roaming the suburban area. They are killing people and eating their flesh. Zachary is bombarded with ferocious monsters coming after him. He trips and drops his shotgun. They get on top of him and they begin to consume his flesh. Cheryl will never forget Zachary's scream. Hey you, what are you doing standing over there? Get in, an older man says. Well, sure, I guess, Cheryl replies. I mean, she doesn't know what else to do. After watching Zach kill Mason, she just doesn't know what to do. She's at her wit's end already. The older man slams the accelerator. Cheryl begins to cry because Mason is gone. She still has his picture in her wallet. She looks at it for a while and looks out the back window. Many buildings are on fire. Electrical poles begin to collapse. Listen here, we are getting the hell out of this city. The world is going to hell, so we need to work together. Do you understand? The older man says. What happened? Cheryl asks. Your guess is as good as mine, the older man responds. Everything was fine when I got out of bed. Jesus Christ, Cheryl stammers. Tell me about it, the older man says. And this is another to be continued. That was a crazy story, wasn't it? It was weird how it ended. Just monsters come out of nowhere after that asshole Zachary did a shooting, and then bam, the monsters come. He's the first character you see to get eaten. And just go chomp, 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 chomp. All right, I'm gonna stop doing that. You guys have a good night. Actually, there will be more stories, so stay tuned for the next one.